Welcome you guys to this pick a card, who am I becoming? You can choose between these three piles. If this is the first time that you're doing this, you can just focus on which cards you are most drawn to. You can also choose more than one pile, and the timestamps for your specific pile will be in the timestamps below. Thank you so much for being here. I'm excited to start this reading. We're now into Virgo season if you're watching it around late August, September, and the energy has been hectic if you ask me. Last Leo season, a lot has happened. I hope that it's been okay for you. But stepping into Virgo season, we are taking a look at what is meant to stay in our lives, what's meant to go. It's a more slow moving energy, although I feel like behind the scenes there is a lot going on. Manifestations coming true, like truths coming to light still. That was kind of the old energy as well of like August. And so there's a lot of things moving still, and that's why I wanted to check in on who is it that you're actually becoming through this, because with a lot of changes, with a lot of needing to prioritize ourselves, learning lessons, we are changing as a person as well, right? So I'm excited to see like what the universe is preparing you to grow into, what kind of person, right? And what lessons you're learning right now. That's kind of what are going to zoom into. So yeah, I'm excited. You can pick your pile and then we'll get started with the first card. Welcome pile 1 to your reading. I'm going to just shuffle some cards as we go, but you already have the butterfly and the... You guys, I always buy card decks in my native language, which is Dutch. I'm from the Netherlands, and so I'm going to have to look some things up. Oh, and it's end. I do know this one. Okay, so we've got a butterfly and the end. So for you, I feel like there has been a lot of turmoil in your life and you having to transform because of it. So it might be that sudden changes had you choosing a different path that you intended to take. And I also feel like you might had to make some adjustments. So you already had to work a little bit harder, or like these adjustments you were not prepared for them. And so instantly you just had to go make things happen, right? That can be pretty stressful, especially if we are also going through some transformation, some life decisions, like maybe changing a job or choosing different kinds of relationships or moving out, or it's like you wanted something different. It's really about you choosing something better for yourself, but also having to maybe disappoint people in the process. It just had to happen for you to be able to make that transition. I also feel peace with that as well. I feel like you might have been stressed about it a lot because there still had to be a lot of changes made, or sudden interruptions. They're just showing me like you first had this idea, you have clarity around it, you're like, okay, I need to make this decision, I'm going to pivot, I'm going to change things up. It's maybe a really hard decision if it involves other people, right? We don't want to disappoint others, but it just feels right, and so we make that decision. But then all these little things that you did not see before also come crumbling down. And so this one step that you've taken also results in more, don't necessarily want to say chaos, because it does feel like you could handle it pretty well. It was just more of puzzle pieces falling into place, but you first needed to put those puzzle pieces in the right place. And it's funny because I didn't even think of these puzzle pieces, but there are also puzzle pieces right there. And so with the card of Get Grounded, this is a time for you to integrate what you've learned, to look back on that period, which might have felt a little bit like chaos, and having to come to terms with maybe the decisions that you made, the consequences, as there were a lot more consequences than you initially thought of, I feel like. But it's safe now to just relax and look at where you are right now. Pleiadians, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. There is a good reason why you made this choice. Maybe it's time to remind yourself of the bigger picture. They're showing me like, of course you had to do this. It was a good decision. You had to step up for yourself. Or like, yeah, in a way you are stepping up for yourself if you are transforming, right? You are choosing something better. You are choosing something different. And that is something that you do for yourself. And so if you don't do that, you stay the same. You stay in the same environment. You accept the same kind of behavior. And that doesn't create change. And so if you want change, you also need to change something. And so that's what you did. And so that's a good thing. Don't water down your decisions or the reason why you did something just because maybe someone else wouldn't make the same decision or choice. If it's for you and it feels good and you know that it's going to give you growth, it's going to be good for you, it's going to give you more peace, more clarity, more joy, it's going to uplift you, that's a good freaking decision. Spirit is pretty passionate about this as well. It's like, yeah, of course you made this decision. That's like the logical thing to do. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to make your life the way that you intend to live. And if things are not resonating with that picture that you have in your head, your vision, it's time to change that. And that's what you did. And so good job. They're basically saying good job. Because you are seeing that bigger picture and you are taking action on that. And that is very important because only through choosing you, through choosing a different outcome for yourself, you can change things. So of course you had to do this. It's a good thing. More to say, like, if you are still doubting your decisions and feeling a little bit weird about it, don't. You did the right thing. I'm not even sure of the meaning of these cards. I can't remember. I'm going to look it up, but I feel like you might be blaming yourself still and still having to come to terms with what has happened, what you've done, how you've handled it. And I also want to remind you, like, if you come out of a situation where you had to be quick on your feet when things didn't go the way that you planned it, or you didn't see certain things coming, that's so stressful. And it's okay to like take a breath and take your time to integrate these things, to look back on it and be like, okay, that happened. I'm now safe. Like, good job. We did it for the right reasons. I feel like you're struggling a little bit with that, but it might also be because you are comparing yourself to others and not really listening to how you really feel about it. Because there is a reason why you made that choice. Listen to that inner compass of why you needed to make that decision. This decision also has made you grow stronger roots, a more solid foundation. And I feel like you intuitively know that that's why you needed to do this as well. You needed a safer environment where you can grow more, where you really can root down, where you really can build something up. If you are constantly with people and in environments where you cannot really relax, where you have to maybe perform to be a certain way, that is not a stable foundation, right? And so maybe you've wanted to feel more peaceful, more safe, and that's why you chose to do this. Make this change. And it's not like that happens overnight. I feel like this change that you've been going through is maybe still happening, or you're taking it step by step. And that's a good thing, because can you imagine how you feel right now already? Like, with going through these changes, it's already stressful, right? And so I know that you want to be on the other side, is what they're saying. But be compassionate for yourself going through this. Have compassion for the journey because you'll get there. But even integrating this is a lot, right? As well as growing roots. That doesn't happen overnight. And so you might have to get used to this new environment or these new people or this new idea that you have for something, to grow something. Developing relationships, getting used to new environments takes time. And so the Seven of Pentacles says you're looking back at all of your hard work and wondering if it's been a failure or a success. You can't seem to decide. Shouldn't you be reaping more rewards by now? Maybe so, but the mind has control over perception. It's possible your rewards are waiting for you to recognize them. They're not always monetary. Take your time to get used to, maybe, I'm hearing like this new you. Maybe you have changed more than you think, and maybe that feels a little bit weird because other people still see you like the old way. And maybe you need to recognize that it's safe to be different. And that's a good thing. Change is a good thing. It can be a really good thing. And the Six of Cups is about memories, childhood joy. Enjoy simple pleasures and wonder in all areas of your life. It's about really that contemplation of where have I been? What is it that I want to create? Where do I want to go? How do I want to feel? Most importantly, if you don't know where to go anymore, ask yourself, how do I want to feel? And how can I get myself to that place? Daughter of Wands. Yeah, you've shed some skin. Like snakes also shed skin, right? And it's so beautiful. It's funny because the universe is like it's calling you like, baby, you're beautiful. That's kind of like what I'm hearing. And you're so encouraged in this new phase. Like, it's like a glow up. You're shining. You're doing well. But you might not even see it. Or you kind of see it, but because you are scared of having changed, like maybe being a little bit of like a different person, you're being encouraged to look at yourself with new eyes and see like how much you've grown and how beautiful that is and how cool that is. And other people see you as a really strong person. That's kind of what I'm getting when I am tuning into the energy of the Daughter of Wands. I'm getting like bad bitch vibes. That's so funny. Yeah, and to not dim that down, to not, like, you get to be a bad bitch. Like, if you've gone through all this stuff and you are now just unapologetic, you know what you want, you're shining, you're going for your own joy, and you are making the decisions to make yourself happy. I mean, yeah, you're a bad bitch and you get to claim that as well. That's such a good thing, right? So don't be shy. Like, admit it to yourself. I feel like you need to admit to yourself that you have had this glow up, right? And so don't be shy. You're shining. And like, bad bitch is like a female term, right? But you can also be, doesn't matter if you're male, female, non-binary, you're just a bad bitch. Follow your heart. That's what you've been doing. Really, you can be so much more kind to yourself. It's time to breathe out. It's time to acknowledge your worth. It's time to acknowledge how much you've grown, how amazing you've been playing this game of transformation, because it's freaking hard sometimes to get through these periods of time, to stay sane, to know what it is that you want, to still see the light side of things, to see the humor in life, right? And to be as kind as we can with others while going through this, being uncertain, being insecure about where we're going, that we're changing. But you've been following your heart, and that's a really brave decision. Not everyone is ready to step out of their comfort zones to get what it is that they want, right? That's what you have been doing, and Spirit is saying, I'm so proud of you. Thankfulness and appreciation. Still not sure how to translate this one. It's more about being sure, about having that solid foundation. You see here the seasons, right? That's beautiful because we all go through these seasons, and you are being prepared for your new season. You're already stepping into this, and I feel like this is what you'll be getting out of this transformation. You'll be feeling grateful. You will feel more appreciation for life because you have been creating a life for yourself that you feel really good in. And so it's kind of like you are saying thank you to yourself because like you, the boss bitch, created this. Like that's been you, right? The universe always rewards the brave. And so you get to take that first step and then the next puzzle pieces follow. The next steps will come to you. That's just what you have to keep doing. And sure, it can still feel... You can still feel insecure. You can still feel uncertain about where you're headed because that path is never done, right? Especially if you are still picking up some of the leftover pieces of the puzzle, right? Not the whole puzzle is like this puzzle analogy. I really hope that you're getting this. Like, I feel like you have been changing up the puzzle. You've been choosing a different puzzle. And then like some of the pieces went missing and you're like, oh shit, what now? And now you've like found the missing pieces, but there are still like 1 or 2 missing. That's the metaphor that I'm getting for you. So I hope this makes sense, but the whole puzzle isn't finished yet. You're not seeing the whole picture. But the only thing that you can do is like take these baby steps, right? Because the path isn't unfolding fully for you. You're still missing those puzzle pieces. So you're not having the clear picture yet. And that's because you are becoming. You're still in the process of becoming, right? I said like, of course you want to be there already, but it's a good thing that you're integrating this right now because I hear it's a painful process. Yeah, it can be pretty painful. It's also, you have to work together with the ego. So the soul already knows where you want to be headed. The soul already knows what the life that you want to be living, that vision, that dream picture. That's your soul communicating to you if you have that picture in your mind, or you know like how you want to be feeling. That's your soul communicating like that's where we're headed. You get to make the choices to make yourself feel really good. And that's what you've been doing. But then the ego is like, wait a minute, I'm here as well. Like, aren't we like this and this and this and this? And it just wants to hold on to this persona of us that has been who we were. And so letting those, oh my God, puzzle pieces go. Already sick of myself with this metaphor. So the old puzzle that you had needs to be replaced with the new puzzle, right? And that's painful for the ego because the ego really loves the certainty of what has been. And so letting go is painful for the ego. And it is painful because you are creating a space where you're not sure who you are going to become, or you're not used to this new person. I feel strange saying new person because I feel like we are always ourselves. It's more like unbecoming. We're letting go of parts that don't resonate with us anymore, and we're still like becoming more of who we truly are. That's how I see it. But you have been a certain way, and so the ego wants to stay the same because that's safe. And so it is painful because now you need to let go of parts of yourself that you thought were serving you in a way, but then you recognize and realize that maybe they're not serving you anymore, and then it's time to let go. Oh, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. But even though it's been painful, And Spirit really wants to recognize that as well, because this is the path that you've been going on, and it wants to, I'm hearing congratulate you on this journey that you've been on. Yeah, you've been really brave, right? That bitch energy isn't something that you can step into easily. That has been created because of the trials and turns you've been taking, the reroutes, the struggles, right? So yeah, it's been hard. And now the universe wants you to focus on what is fun, to create some fun, to see things in a lighter way, to not take life so seriously. So go on a hike, or visit a friend, or go watch a movie. Do some lighthearted things to shake this heavy energy up if it's really draining you, or you're really confused or sad, or in this in-between space. Go do something fun to change up your energy so you can stay hopeful and reflect, but from a zoomed out perspective, right? If you're really in it, if you're going through it, it's pretty hard. If you are doing something fun and you're kind of distracted from the whole process, you can look at it differently. That's what you're being reminded of, that you can do as well. It doesn't have to be this really heavy journey all the time of healing and journaling or whatever, or therapy. You get to have fun in this process as well. We're here to have fun. We're here to play. Healing is good, but you have been going through this transformation to have more fun. So go do that right now. You don't have to wait to go do that, because you can have fun in the littlest, tiniest things. You can have fun walking down the street by smiling to a stranger, having a little conversation, or smelling the flowers, or listening to your favorite podcast or music, right? That's fun as well. I'm unapologetic about what I desire and trust that what I focus on will grow. Yeah, focus on that vision. Keep focusing on why you made the right decision, and keep focusing on what you want to grow, because you are rooting down. I love that you got the Six of Cups with this tree and these roots. This is where the energy that you are going to, a more solid foundation, having more appreciation for life. And you deserve this. You're working for it. You've been going through these transformations, and you deserve it because you are on this earth. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to even do this hard transformational work to be happy, to feel appreciation for life. You get to have that right now. You have put yourself in an environment where it's easier for yourself, right? That's amazing. And you'll get more of it. You'll see it becoming easier and easier to have this appreciation for life, for yourself, to see these blessings come in, because you are creating that environment for you to be in that, to hold that energy, to be that vibration. The vibration that is dominant, that we are in the most, so the energy that we're sending out, the emotions that we're feeling kind of constant, is what you will see reflected back in your reality. If we are not happy with ourselves and our environment, that's also what's going to be reflected back to us. We'll be in that energy. So if you are working to be in a different kind of energy, what will be reflected back to you is also changing. So you will see something different reflect back to you. That's what you've been doing. And that's wonderful. So it's going to be easier. Might not have been easy to transition to this, but you know why you did it. Universe is super proud of you. You're a bad bitch. You're growing your roots, and you'll be having more fun and appreciation for life. And you can start with that right now to make things feel a little bit more lighter. I feel like I want to get you one more card. I also feel like you could really benefit from a run, or going somewhere where you can scream really loud. Because I feel like through going through this transformation, you have this pent up energy of oh God, I don't know what to do anymore. Oh, this is scary. What the hell is happening? And now you've come kind of to the other side, but that pent up energy that maybe you it was kind of a shock, this whole thing. And so that energy is still kind of in your body as a shock. You have felt a shock, but you have not been able to really process that. So maybe like going for a run or screaming somewhere where, you know, it's not awkward. Like maybe go to the beach, for example, or the mountains or wherever you live, or scream in a pillow, I don't know. Like somatic practices to get the energy moving out of your body that has been stuck. Also, like you can talk to a friend or a therapist or whatever, but I feel like it's more physically that you need to release this old stagnant energy. I feel like you'll feel really relieved and clean energetically if you do something like that. But just take that how it resonates. Or a good cry. Woo. The end of a tough cycles. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Just trusting your ability to transform into the person that you want to become. Intuitively, you already know that you are becoming them. Trust that it will work out. Trust that you will have the strength within you to make these changes. That you have what it takes, because you've been already going through these changes already. You only get what you can take on. You had this vision, this desire for something more, and so that is meant for you. We only get the desires from our soul that we are meant to live. Like it's wanting to be manifest through us. It wants to be experienced through us. That's why we get these desires. And so it's already meant to come true. It's already meant to be there for you. And so just trust that you have what it takes and that you're almost there. You're getting there for sure. Like those last 2 puzzle pieces, you'll find them and the puzzle piece will be complete. That's kind of what I'm feeling here. So I'm so proud of you. You're a bad bitch. Don't forget that. Like, admit it to yourself. It's okay. I love this for you. Keep going. Like, you're doing so good. Give yourself the time and space to take it slow. Do something fun for yourself. Okay? Love you guys. Hope to see you in another reading. Bye. Welcome, pile 2, to your reading. You've got the turtle and the mouse. It says, moving too fast isn't helpful, and mouse notice the small things. That's interesting. I left this one on the table, but that was for pile 1, so maybe this is resonating for you as well. It's never a coincidence, so I'm just going to leave that right here. Let's see. So I'm just going to shuffle some cards for you to see who you are becoming. It's interesting that you've got a really slow moving animal and a really fast moving animal. It's kind of contradictory. Adventure, hope, and happiness. You're moving into a state of bliss. It's interesting because before I started this reading, I was in a very different energy, but this pile is just letting me relax. I really feel hopeful. Like this card says hope and happiness, but this is beautiful. You're moving slower. You're starting to slow down. And while that is happening, things are starting to pick up. Like I said in the beginning, like a slow-moving animal, a fast-moving animal. Things are just starting to work out for you. And because you can relax, because things are going well, like the end of a tough cycle approaches. So maybe you, as you have been in a transformational energy, you're now starting to pick up on how things are actually going right for you, and you're seeing momentum of the effort that you've put in. You're just satisfied with life, or you are starting a new adventure. Maybe you're going on a big trip, or maybe you have started like a new job, and it's just feeling good. It's feeling like the right thing for you. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like you're in the right spot. And because of that, you can relax more. And because of that, other things in your life will start to pick up. So maybe a different area of your life will start to make itself known to you. Like maybe like the job is now settled. You have this really great place where you can evolve and grow and use your talents. And then because you are in this really grounded, happy, playful energy, hopeful energy, maybe like your love life, maybe there is someone coming in, or like family life is a lot better, or you get to make another dream come true, like a side project, or you get some inspiration, or you meet someone else who can help you with something. Yeah, I started to question myself there, because you also got the crumbling. What are you clinging onto? Okay, yeah, I get it. So basically what they're telling me is you are holding on to the past and it has changed. Yeah, pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So what your vibration is rising means to me is like you are stepping into a different energy. You're starting to feel more hope, more happiness. Things are starting to move easy for you. Like the end of a tough cycle approaches. You are still kind of in the energy of, oh shit, like all of these changes are happening. Can I keep up? It's interesting because that's kind of the energy of pile 1, who's still in their process of transforming. But you've already landed on your feet, is what I'm hearing. But you are still questioning it. But you are allowed to feel this good. Then you also got Star Mother. How can you mother yourself? How can you make yourself feel safe within these new spaces that you have grown into? Like you are already ready for this new space that you have stepped into, right? You have probably transformed in a way where you've let something go. And that also means letting parts of yourself go that don't resonate anymore, or fears that you had that you no longer have. And so you're not thinking about those things anymore. They don't bother you anymore. But there is still a voice within you that's like, oh, this feels unfamiliar. Maybe you are accustomed, like used to feeling a lot of stress because maybe growing up there was a lot of stress around you. Maybe your parents fought or had money problems or whatever the case may be. So you might be used to having stress in your life. And now that you have created a really safe space for yourself where you are just content, your mind and your body, your subconscious is like, something isn't right here. I'm used to feeling stress all the time. What is going wrong here? Well, actually, nothing is going wrong. And this is just an example, right? So only take what resonates. But maybe you're allowed to feel this good. Maybe you're allowed to be hopeful. And maybe you feel like the other shoe is going to drop, right? Something is going to go wrong now that everything is going so right. Can you allow yourself to just be right now? How can you make yourself feel safe and nurtured and be okay in that energy? And you can do some healing around this, because if you don't, it could be, only take what resonates, it could be that you will find situations or people that bring out that stress in you, or maybe you'll start to drink more coffee. That's something that I that I do sometimes, and I'm like, oh wait, I'm just trying to recreate this feeling that I had growing up because I feel more comfortable there, because my subconscious thinks that that's normal. Well, actually, like I could also drink chamomile tea, right? If I want to feel better. So why are you still hanging on to the past is the question. Unbound, releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So that's what you have been doing. You have been moving out of maybe an unhealthy environment or unhealthy situation. You are healing those patterns. So you're not wanting to go back to that stress, right? Maybe you were in a friendship or a romantic relationship or a family bond where that person kind of gave you a lot of stress, or didn't see you for who you really are, or like read your intentions the wrong way, and you're like, okay, I cannot really prove myself anymore, or you just don't want to see the real me, and so I'm going to let you go. And that could be resulting in less stress for you. But somehow it just feels really weird not having that person around, right? And that could be like holding on to the past. Well, you just actually need to kind of get used to a new way of feeling. And that's beautiful. Soul family. Call in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Yeah, I gave the example of letting people go, but that doesn't mean that you have to feel alone. This is a beautiful opportunity to call in the people or to meet new people that can fill in that space that you've created, and that those connections actually feel really good. I had a moment 2 years ago where I let friends go, and then I met new people, new friends, and they resonated more with the person that I had become. And it felt really weird to let the past go, and I also had a lot of guilt and shame around letting those friends go because it's kind of painful also for them, right? And so it took some time to feel good about the decisions that I made around that. But the more that I started to meet people who really resonated with me, the more I could come to terms with, yes, okay, this was a good decision for me, and it is a good thing that I'm moving forward in the way that I needed then. And so it's safe to move forward. It's safe to find the people who resonate with you and to dance with life. You're here to play with life, right? To do the things that give you joy, that make you feel good. We are souls living in a human body, and that's what I believe. We are here to grow. Like, we go through these lessons in life for a reason, because our soul is here to learn these lessons. And what other reason would we have to learn lessons to have the most possible fun, right? Why would we otherwise go through hardships and learn these things if it won't result in fun, in living our best life, right? So what can you do to have more fun? Are you still making the decisions that result in those positive changes so you can live your best life? Maybe it's time to take everything a little less seriously and just enjoy where you are at right now and not look back to the past and what happened and the decisions that you've made. I am the loving energy of the universe. So, personally, I believe that we cannot make any wrong choices. There's no right or wrong. And that might sound really weird, but the universe doesn't judge us. It just wants the best for us. And so we get to decide what path we want to take. And as long as your soul feels good about it, it's for your growth, and you're able to love the path that you're taking, it's okay. The universe still supports you if that's what the way that you go about it. And even if you make a so-called mistake, that's okay too, right? It doesn't really say much about anything else. It's not right or wrong. It just is. People can make different choices, and maybe you don't agree with those choices, or you would do it differently. It still isn't right or wrong. It just is. People have all kinds of reasons behind why they do what they do. You are living for you, and you get to decide for yourself what it is that you feel good about and what kind of life you want to live. And you get to make the choices that resonate with that, right? I find a deeper meaning in personal growth amid the discomfort. If you don't get in discomfort, if you don't go out of your comfort zone, this growth, the personal growth, and finding a deeper meaning in life wouldn't happen. And you know this as well. It's just a reminder of keep doing you. It's okay to feel the discomfort and do it anyway, because you know why you're doing it, right? Because you want to dance with life. You want to get the best out of it. And it will be okay. My energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what will manifest. What have you been focusing on? How strong is that energy? And so if you are not content with the energy that you have been in and what you have been focusing on, You can just think about like, what is it that you're thinking of the most during the day? What are you focused on? What are you scared of happening? And how is your mindset at the moment? And like, if it hasn't been that great, we all have days where our mental health is not the best, right? Especially if we are going through changes, being in uncertainty, doubting if we did the right thing. It's easy to spiral, right? So it's more a reminder of what are you focusing on, and can you allow yourself to just be proud of yourself of moving through these difficult changes? Because like, we all go through these phases, right? We're not perfect, nobody is. It's just a matter of what are you choosing? What is the best option in that moment? Are you moving from integrity, from a place of love? And maybe if in the moment you are not doing that, can you forgive yourself or make amends and do what feels best, right? That's it. You can think about things being wrong or right, or blaming yourself or staying in the past, but at the end of the day, in the moment itself, we create our reality. By focusing on what we focus on, we create our reality. The past has nothing to do with it. We can learn from the past, but the past is still the past. And so you did the best you could, right? And so what are you choosing to focus on now? What are you creating? What is it that you really want? And if it's unclear right now, that's okay too, right? If you explore it, maybe you can ask yourself, what is it? How do I want to feel? What is it that I need? And just move from there. Through prayer and meditation, I create a ripple effect of peace in the world. You can anchor yourself. You can come back to yourself, like mother yourself, feel peace, feel safe more. If you start a spiral, or you notice that you're in this negative energy or these negative thought patterns. And like, I also don't believe that there are quote unquote negative emotions. It's just like, those things need to come up to be looked at, right? But we can also stay there longer than is needed. So through prayer and meditation, you can anchor yourself back into a different kind of energy. The energy of peace. If you meditate, you can come back to your core, right? And your core, your soul, is the energy of peace. It takes a little time to set aside, like a time to just sit down and to just tune in, to silence the mind. Maybe just put on a meditation on YouTube. Just search meditation. We'll find a whole lot of meditations on YouTube itself. And just listen to that. Take a little moment to tune in, or take a walk and just try to focus on your surroundings instead of all these thoughts in your mind. Feel your feet in your shoes. Feel your feet on the ground. Maybe do a breathing exercise. Like, it's so simple, but we need to choose to come back to ourselves. Or to pray. Like, that's also a beautiful way to seek comfort and release the outcome, and to speak to a power higher than you. Like, you don't have to do it all alone. The universe is there to help you, or God, however you want to call it. They're always 10 steps ahead of us, right? They're always orchestrating these things for us already. And so we are not the Almighty. We don't know everything, and that's a good thing. Because we might get in the way of beautiful blessings if we try to control it all. So you can just try to maybe trust and surrender a little bit more, to ask your questions to the divine. Ask them if they want to show you signs or synchronicities, or you can pray like, God, I would really like to get an answer on this, or I would really love to let this go, or forgive myself, or forgive this person for this. Help me find forgiveness. And you will see things shift and change, because that's now your energy. That's now your focus. And my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest, right? And the universe works best when I'm having fun. We also got this card for the last pile, and the message to them was like, you can focus on what isn't working, or you can start to have fun right now. You can stay in a heavy energy, but you can also just focus on the fun. I feel like this message is pretty similar to the last one, but it has to do with allowing yourself to just be happy right now. It's more a gentle reminder of what you focus on, you attract, and you can already be in this beautiful energy that you have been growing into. It's just, are you allowing yourself to do that? Because it's already here. A win-win outcome is forecast. Yeah, I feel like you might be thinking that you are still in this old energy of things moving different than you wanted to, but you're already out on the other end. And so nothing is actually about to go wrong. A win-win outcome is forecast. Like, the other shoe is not going to drop. You're okay. And you will start to see that soon. A new romantic cycle begins. You have 2 Libra cards. And as I see it, that's about balance. You have created this balance for yourself. If you're still worried, think about it like this. The balance has been restored already. You've put in the work, you've done the things to restore the balance in your life, right? Can you zoom out and see that? Because that's truly what I feel. You are a balanced person. It's just that you get to nurture yourself a little bit more and relax and just receive the growth and the change that you've cultivated for yourself. And you're now going to be reaping the rewards of these changes and things. It's just getting used to not being stressed all the time. Meditate and contemplate, like, that's the same thing, right? So if it's about being used to stress, make meditation a daily practice, because if you choose to meditate, if you choose to be in peace, if you choose to make that a normal thing for you to be in, to be at peace, and you do this every day, you're at peace every day, and you decide to do that for yourself, it becomes more safe because it's a choice. You are in control of that. And so you can reprogram your mind to recognize that feeling more and to see, like, oh, I'm choosing this. It's safe to be in this peaceful energy. And time to give rather than to take. Again, balance. I feel like people want to be giving you things, and you also have the energy to give other people things. It's a beautiful balanced energy, and that is why you are able to reciprocate it. Because you're here in this balanced energy. How fun is that? It's such an interesting reading, because in the beginning I felt so good, and then that tower came and I was like thrown off. My story started to change, and then I was in this like little bit of a sad energy of like, oh, but did I do it right? I'm a little bit confused, but it's okay, but is it really okay? And just you doubting yourself. And I love that these cards came out, because making it a practice to make yourself used to feeling good, helping yourself through meditation to get into a peaceful state. And like, meditation can be 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes of peace, just sitting down for 5 minutes. And it really helps if you put on like a guided meditation, especially if you're just starting out with meditation. You don't have to do it alone. Someone can talk you through it. It's really easy. I love that idea, because then you are just telling yourself like, hey, it's okay, and I get to be so peaceful, and I get to be this happy, and I get to be in balance, and that's normal for me. How amazing would that be, right? If peace and happiness and balance would be normal for your everyday life, especially if that hasn't been the case. Five of Wands. It's interesting that we are in Virgo season. Virgo is all about self-discipline. I feel like you might have been distracting yourself from maybe meditating. Maybe you like know that is something that you need to try, or you have been seeing like signs and synchronicities like pointing meditation out to you, and you're like, yeah, that feels kind of good, but nah, I like have my Netflix show that I really want to watch. prioritize these things that you know will get you further in life, right? It's about investing in yourself. And again, meditation can be 5 minutes. And to be honest, I'm not that good at it myself. Like sometimes I feel like I could really benefit from meditating and I'm like, I really don't feel like it. And then I don't do it. But you know what happens then? I feel like I was feeling before. Whereas if I would sit down for 5 minutes, I know what difference that will bring me. So I'm making a mental note to start meditating more as well. I know that I could benefit from it. I started to do morning pages where I am writing down how I'm feeling as I am getting up. Like sometimes dreams can have messages in them, and how you feel after you just had a dream kind of is giving you information about what your subconscious is focusing on, right? Because dreams are helping you to learn from what has happened during the day before. You're kind of processing it, right? So it holds information on what your subconscious is actually focusing on. And so writing about that can really help you uncover like what you're dealing with, how you're actually feeling, what you need. And so it's a beautiful checking in moment. But like meditation could also be a practice like that. And just taking the time to invest in ourselves in that way, like in our mental health, by choosing to do the things that make us feel really good. And to get in that space of familiarity with that feeling, that is going to help you so much. Because the more that you focus on that, the more normal it becomes, the more of that beautiful, balanced, peaceful energy you are going to attract into your life as well. So people will show up that make you feel that way because it feels safe now to feel nurtured, to feel peaceful. It just creates this ripple effect. Also, I'm being reminded of what I said in the beginning of like you are now in this hopeful, peaceful energy. Things are moving beautifully, like more slow, but behind the scenes, the energy is starting to pick up and other things are starting to move faster behind the scenes. Like that's kind of what I'm feeling. You are in this, but if you are more focused and more used to this peaceful energy, if you make it like a normal thing for you, that will start to get other things moving in your life as well. That's the kind of energy that the universe wants you to be in. That's why this opportunity to be in this energy, because you have been going through these changes and this growth, for you to be able to be in a more peaceful energy. That's why you are in this energy. So it's kind of the plan of the universe to keep you in this state, to make you more comfortable feeling this way. And by doing that, other things are going to start moving as well. But if you keep distracting yourself by saying that you aren't worthy of this, or it feels weird because you might not be used to it, you are also going to keep these blessings out of the way. You are going to go back to the past, right? But you're not in the past. You're in the present. And we also have the Six of Pentacles, which is a card of harvest. So, okay, what I'm also feeling is the energy of gratefulness is important. What is already going right in your life? What have you already been able to harvest? What beautiful things have been happening? What beautiful people are already in your life that are really nurturing and peaceful? Look around you and see what you already have. And can you be grateful for those things? And how do you feel if you think about that? Peaceful, right? That's also a beautiful practice. To be conscious of what is peaceful, of what is going right, and that will make you feel peaceful as well. Because if you focus on what is going right, you don't have to change or do anything, right? It's okay already. You're okay already. You are in this balanced energy. It's okay. That's kind of what I'm picking up on. Mother of Swords. Okay, you've got another mother. How can you be your own mother? I'm feeling like you could benefit from listening to the little you, why they are feeling undeserving or scared or still doubting this new reality. doubting who you've grown into. Can you be like the grown-up version of you? Imagine that version. And then the little you talking to you about how they really feel and why they feel that way. Why are they not trusting? Why aren't they able to relax more? And then you as the adult can talk to them in a way that you would now comfort a small child coming to you with these concerns. How can you be mothering to yourself in that way? And that's inner child healing work, because the little you is the one who is triggered. The little you is the one who is not feeling not deserving. And so the version of you now can really comfort them because they are an adult. The adult version of you can really comfort you because you are the adult. So you have a different perspective than the triggered inner child. And you've also got a father. The Father of Pentacles is telling me, like, you're already doing such a good job. This is more the masculine energy. We all have masculine and feminine energy within us. Mothering energy is nurturing, peaceful, intuitive. Masculine energy is more about getting shit done. And I feel like you have been in a masculine energy and that is where you thrive. And they just want to tell you, like, you've been putting in so much work, so much effort, and we are really seeing it. Like, what you have built, what you have done for yourself, the choices that you've made, the boundaries that you have set, and the life that you've been building for yourself. Like, we are seeing you growing so much, so fast, and it's safe to relax now, and it's also safe what is coming, because I feel like a lot of good stuff is coming. Yeah, I just feel like it's okay to live in the now a little bit more, to not focus so much on the past, but rather enjoy this beautiful energy of balance. So I really hope that helped and resonated. Let me know in the comments. I wish you a beautiful rest of your day or evening, and I hope to see you in another reading. Bye! Welcome, pound number 3. This is your reading. You've got the rabbit and the fawn. It's now time for happiness and take charge, take the lead. I feel like there is a lot that is coming through, hearing more from your future self. They are like, take charge. They are asking you to see where you are right now from kind of a different view. So if you're in it, it's not easy to see like the whole bigger picture, right? So they're asking you to zoom out and to see how many opportunities there are, and then to take charge. So maybe you're in this space of I don't know what to do, and know that your inner compass can really help you if you tune out of the noise around you, the expectations that you might feel others have or you have for yourself. If you tune out of those voices basically, and you tune into the silence. In the silence you can hear your inner compass, your inner voice. And I feel like your future self is saying, like, look around you from where you are right now, from that zoomed out perspective. Let go of those expectations, and then you'll be able to see what you need to see to move forward and to take a chance on that and yourself. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. My vibes speak louder than words. They're showing me that there is a lot more possible than you now think there is possible. And the way that this works of like better things coming into your life and taking a chance on yourself, unless maybe like you already have kind of an idea, but you're not sure if that's going to give you the results that you want. I feel like you are more focused on what can go wrong versus the kind of energy that you are exuding. And if you are exuding a type of energy that is magnetic, that really attracts people to want to talk to you or want to hear about your plans or want to give you a chance, I feel like you are not seeing that, like how magnetic you actually are and how many opportunities you can attract. And so tune out of the noise of what isn't going right or what could go wrong and focus on the kind of person you are and the kind of vibe that you are giving, because that is even more powerful than anything else. Like, I have gotten some big opportunities where like logic couldn't really explain why someone would give me a chance, for example, for a job, because I did not have the right kind of education, but still I got the job. And that was because of like my enthusiasm and like being creative and wanting to really explore with these people who gave me this chance. And to just like that effort, that energy, your intention can really change the game for you. And that's why you need to zoom out, because there are more opportunities. Like, that is also something that I had to do in order for me to even apply for that job, right? If I was like, okay, that can never happen because I don't have the education, I wouldn't even have sent in my resume, right? And so take a chance on yourself. And I know that sounds like maybe I think that you are not taking a chance on yourself. That's not what I mean by that. It's more like your future self saying, don't give up. Like, there are so many things that can still happen. And I also feel like there are like 3 or 4 opportunities coming towards you or already are within your realm of possibilities. Like, you already know of these ideas, or something is just coming towards you. So it's not like maybe you feel like you have to wait it out. You're in this in-between phase. You're not really sure like what's happening. I also got the card of No and the Sisterhood of the Rose. Mystic Teacher, Beauty and Devotion, Wait, Postpone, Say No. So it might be that you're in this in-between phase where you just have to wait a little bit longer. And this is kind of a mixed message, because I feel like you need to take action, but that's more on the ideas that you might have. That's more on the opportunities that you're thinking of right now, to not push them away because it might not be like a logical thing to do, but to take a chance on that. So maybe it is starting a business. Maybe it is applying for a job that you might not have like the perfect resume for. But there's also this message of no. Okay, and I'm feeling that this has to do with taking chances that are not in line with what you truly want. So like I said, there might be a lot of options here. Like, you could start a business, or you could apply for this different job. And maybe there's another job opportunity. And they're saying like, okay, what will give you the most joy in the long run? What is going to make you really happy? And to put faith in the universe to show you what is the right decision. To not just go for the easy route just because it feels uncomfortable to not know, right? So maybe you might go back to a 9-to-5 if that is what you're used to, but actually you would love to start your own business. Like, the logical thing to do, if you are listening to other people's opinions maybe, is to go for that other job, that other 9-to-5. But actually your heart is asking you to build something for yourself that you are proud of and that you want to explore, this different side of yourself, and to build something that can last and can make even more money maybe than that 9-to-5 would. But that also has some challenges, right? Maybe the first year you won't make any money, so how are you going to deal with that? So like, be smart about it, but also don't ignore it. This is kind of the perfect opportunity to be real with yourself and to be honest to yourself about the kind of life that you want to create, because this in-between phase, like this having to wait, probably came because of something else that didn't work out. So most of the time we have something crumbling underneath us, something not working or falling through, and then we're in this in-between phase of, okay, what now? And those things don't really happen that often if you're lucky. I have to say I've had quite a few of those moments. But what I recognized through that, I also made a video about that, what to do in the most like what the fuck moments. I will link it somewhere. But those moments for me were the periods of time where I really got to explore like what my soul really was asking of me to do in this life. And I could choose to ignore it, or I could choose to listen, right? And to explore this different path. And I'm so glad that every time that I listen, because I just learned so much more through taking a chance on those soul whispers, those things that I really, really wanted to try. And it hasn't been easy, but I also got to meet a bunch of amazing people. I got to get different skill sets that I might otherwise wouldn't have explored or developed, right? Yeah, no choice is the wrong one, because you always grow. And like safety first, right? If you are really going to get in financial trouble, I wouldn't start a business, or just make a plan that you can have a side job. That's what I did. I still have another job, by the way. And that's okay, right? You have to take care of yourself. And so it's not all or nothing. There are, like I said, your future self is saying, like, there are many opportunities here. Don't think of what could go wrong. Think of the possibilities that there are. The Emperor, the Hanged Man, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles. So you probably already know that you want to do something bigger. You want to do something out of your comfort zone, or something within you is asking you to do that, to go towards something out of your comfort zone, something you haven't done before. What I'm also feeling is that this is the perfect timing for that. You've got the Emperor card. The Emperor is stable, has a strong mindset, knows what he wants, is fair. And that's you right now. That's who you've already become through all these challenges that you have been going through. You also have the Hanged Man, which kind of resonates with the No card, which the Hanged Man is kind of this surrender moment of not knowing where to go, what to do, or when to take action. You've also got the Eight of Pentacles, but this mostly just reminds me of the web of life. It kind of reminds me of the Wheel of Fortune, which also talks about the kind of things in your life that are already set in stone, like your purpose or the lessons that your soul really wants to learn. It's all part of a bigger plan. And I think that this reading kind of is for you to recognize, like, okay, this is part of my soul plan. This is like this period that I am in now. It's okay, because I'm not meant to push forward. I'm meant to develop and kind of let this plan develop and nurture it and look where I want it to take me, but also listen to where kind of what life is asking of me right now. That's also what I'm feeling with the Ace of Pentacles. It's an opportunity for growth, and it's getting more clear what you need in order to move forward. But I'm also feeling like be really careful with taking steps. Maybe just take a step back and reevaluate more and more until you really get that clarity, or that moment of, okay, now I have to do something about it. So not let your fear take over, but to make sure that it feels fully like the right thing to do. And also, don't wait too long, right? I also always say start before you're ready. I truly live by that as well, because it is still going to be uncomfortable. Like, change is uncomfortable. But there is also this moment where everything just kind of clicks and you feel really good about a choice that you're making, right? Make sure that you take action from that place and not from fear. Then it's better to just wait a little bit longer, right? Let me see what else I can get for you. We've got show the world the real you. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. I feel like it's truly a new time period where you get to explore more of yourself and what you want to do. And it can feel scary and it can feel uncertain. But this is also because you are encouraged to really get out of your comfort zone, to let go of those expectations of others and of yourself. Like maybe you always were the type of person to do like you're the funny one, or you're the serious one, or you're the mom friend, right? Those kinds of labels, like even those you get to explore, to like let go and get new ones, right? And because other people might expect you to be a certain way doesn't mean that you will always stay that way. And so if you are feeling boxed in, like look at that bigger picture. What is it that you want to explore? What is it that you want to do? But also, who do you want to become? Or maybe you already feel different about who you are and how you want to present yourself within yourself. Like you already know that you're this type of person who does X, Y, and Z. Like who has this job that you don't have yet, but you already know like, oh, I know that that is kind of meant for me. Like I felt that way about business as well. Like I saw other entrepreneurs and I was like, oh, that kind of resonates with me. I feel like I could do that as well, right? But on the outside, I started my business when I was 19, which is pretty young. So other people might not have like expected that of me, right? But I already felt within me that that was what I wanted to do. So it's about exploring these different types of roles and then starting to tap into it and share that with the world as well. Like you're ready now to step into this new role, this new path, to take action on that. And so first we need to take these little steps in order to fully become that person, right? So start exploring that and start sharing yourself like that with the world as well. Let me see if I can get one more card. Oh, I forgot these ones. Ooh. Pause. I also saw one of the cards of pile 1 or 2, which is the turtle, which says don't move too quickly. And then you got the card of pause. You're worthy. Oh God. Like these Dutch, it's all in Dutch. I always buy my cards in Dutch, which is not that helpful because translating it for you guys, I need to think quickly. It's like talking about a goal and really pursuing that goal. Let's just keep it in that. I always struggle with this. And so you are worthy of what you're dreaming of and what you are wanting to go towards, which is what this card is talking about. But it's not the right time right now to take action. But you are worthy of it. So I also saw a video just before I started this reading about it's okay to want to have more. It doesn't always mean like materialistic things. It can also be like reaching more people or making more of a difference, being able to give more love. But maybe it is like getting more money or more freedom or whatever it is. Like dream as big as you want because it's all out there. It's all possible. That's kind of the whole message here. Think of what is possible and let go of all those limitations and expectations because that's going to keep you stuck in like a fear kind of energy. And that's not the kind of energy that they want you to be in. My vibes speak louder than my words. Like the energy that you're sending out of opportunity, of being optimistic, of wanting to create something, wanting the best for other people, that is going to be magnetic, right? And so it is okay to wait because you are in this waiting period, right? But there is some bigger plan at play here. So don't worry too much. Just take action when it like really feels right. But do take charge of your own decisions, of your own life. Like, you are the creator here. You are the person that creates that beauty, that can teach others, that can create that difference. But that's unique to you, like what it is that you want to do. There are so many options out there, and I know that that can be really overwhelming. That's why it's okay to take your time with it, to take care of yourself, but know that you are worthy of something better. If you're in a situation where you're not happy about what you have created or the choices that you have been making, like, you can change them. Just because you made one decision doesn't mean that you have to always stick with it. Some people are like that, but like, if you're not happy somewhere, like, choose something different. That's okay. And that's hard sometimes, especially if you have poured a lot of energy into it or money. But still, if you're not happy, there is something better on the other side, right? If you don't try, you don't know. So take a chance on yourself. That's still the message here, I feel like. So I wish you a lot of luck with this. Please remember that you are worthy. That you are already this emperor energy. Like, you have a strong head on your shoulders. You're going to do the right thing, no matter what route you take. There are no wrong decisions here. But make sure that your heart is also happy with the choice that you make. Okay, sending you much love. Please tell me in the comments how it resonated, and I would love to see you in another video. Have a great rest of your day or evening.